Wow. Huge cedar trees. These are awesome. Look at this guy. Wow. We're on the Berg Lake Trail. Alright, this is a new adventure. We're trying to connect Footsteps to Chown Creek. So I started filming here at Adolphus. I came up through the Robson Park, Berg Lake Trail. Everyone's seen that, so I might film some of it on the way out, but for now this video is going to be about from Adolphus to Chown. Here's the really old signage. And here's our trail. Trail's not bad coming out of Adolphus, but looking back you get this great view. There's Mount Robson. And that's the way we're headed. Chown Creek bound. Alright, so we made it to the Wolverine campground. This is what you get for your hard-earned dollar to stay at Wolverine. And there it is. That would be called the pit toilet. Here's last night's camp. Smoky River. I guess it's the floodplain. Trying to get going here. The reason I'm here is because I ran up against the Caracajou last night around 8 o'clock, 7:30, and I could not get across. I tried upstream, downstream. There's a log jam that I almost tried, but it was just too late in the day. So I just kind of bushwhacked. There's a moose trail down to the Smoky River here, so I took that, and this is where we set up base. So today we've got to get up early and try and get across there. Fighting my way up the Caracajou, whatever, and there's this big log jam area which I was very tempted to try last night. I'm glad I didn't. Nobody needs to take a cold shower at 8 o'clock at night. But anyway, there was another hiker I talked to earlier in the week, and he said that's how he got across. So it's whatever, coming up 10:30 in the morning. I'm already on the other side. I'm just bushwhacking and moose tracking my way back to the trail. Yeah, it's pretty sketchy trying to cross here. Okay, so the bushwhack is over. We made it back to the main trail, and we're on the other side of the Caracajou. Anyway, I gotta come back this way, so I want to try and make sure that I kind of maybe know the best route. This is pretty good right here, of course. It's not even knee high. Nice little braid there. And then we've got this which I'm guessing is considerably deeper, but it's kind of some flat, slippery rocks here. go upstream a bit. Whoa, it's slippery. Yeah, remnants of the old bridge, of course. Yeah, it's still pretty deep and pushy. But I'm thinking that's about the best place to cross is right in here somewhere. Okay, I'll get to Chown. Certainly seen better days, but there it is. Excellent, we have finally got to the Chown. Now we got to get across it. Successful ford of the Chown. It was up to my knees. I took a very braided section, but man, I was really shocked at how pushy it was. It pushed me around even at my knees. So here we are at this is the hiker camp, and it's out in the open here, which is quite nice in the sunshine here, but not sure how well it would be in the poor weather. Anyway, awesome sight, so glad to be here. So there is some tread on this left-hand side as you're going downstream. For the most part there's tread to the campground. Yeah, I don't know, it's it's kind of a different area in terms of trying to figure out where to cross. And I guess if I was coming from Best Pass again, I would probably go way upriver and cross there. That's a possibility. I'm talking when there's high water, but right now it's certainly high because of the heat. It's like, I don't know, 28, 30 degrees here. I must say I really like this Chown Creek campsite. Great views, water's right here. Nice little open spot. So now we gotta start the journey back across the Chown. I'm gonna try and get close to Adolphus as I can. This is just spectacular in here. Beautiful day too. And that's northbound. View from the Timothy Slides area. So here's the Carcajou again. I just quickly crossed it. When I got here, the water level was, I'd say, at least a foot lower than it is now. And why I'm saying that is because I realized I'd lost my cotton schmog. So I ran back and got it, I would say a kilometer. So in about 20 minutes, it's come up at least a foot. So I'm glad to get across it. And time to move on again. Wow, that's unbelievable. hi. No problem. So this is looking back. I found the tread right away. It's straight across from where I forded. And it appears that it's actually the horse section of the trail. And yeah, it was a very easy ford both ways. So onward we go. We're going to try and make Adolphus by dark. So here we are right down on the Smoky. I can go hiker trail, which I came down on, which is right here. Or I can take the horse trail. I think I'm going to try the horse trail. Maybe I can save some time, I'm hoping. We'll see. I'm really enjoying this floodplain walking. It is so much easier on my feet. I get a lot of hot spots today. And I know the trail is right over there. I can actually see it, but or parts of it. But we're just going to keep on moseying along here. See if we can find the horse trail cutting in. Actually, there's a yellow marker right up here. Right on. We'll keep following this, see where it goes. It's pretty easy just to cut over there and get onto the main trail, but I'm thinking this is less rocky and more comfy for my feet. And that's one of the reasons the horses like it down here, as opposed to being up there. They don't like walking on the rocks either. Alright, we're on tread. And there's still lots of daylight left, but I still got quite a ways to go to get to Adolphus. Alright. So we're still out in the floodplain, and we've kind of veered off towards the river itself and away from the other trail. And there's really no tread here, but I have found a couple of ribbons in the trees, such as this one. And well, just keep moving forward and see what happens. Still some pretty awesome views in here. So then the tread brings you right to here. And we've got another kind of raging torrent. And there's the Smoky there. I don't know, I got a feeling I'm going to have to turn back. I'm not keen on bushwhacking up this. So, decision time. Well, I'm so glad I decided to turn back. Bushwhacking would have been horrible. I eventually hit the junction with the horse trail and got back on the main route. And we're going to get across this torrent here. And does this bridge look unsafe? Yeah, it does. But we did it anyway. What a wreck. All right. It's getting late. It is 10 to 9 basically. Nice bench to sit on. So I'm thinking it'll be dark by the time I get to Adolphus. I'm gonna march on for a while here, 9:30ish, and then I'll get my headlamp out, take a break. That's the plan. I don't know how well this camera's picking up these light conditions. We'll see. Adolphus Campground. I was so glad to find it last night. That was the longest 2 kilometers I've done in a long time. It just seemed to take forever. Anyway, yeah, the place needs some work. There's nowhere to hang your food really. There's a few branches, I guess, but there's no box. There's nothing permanent infrastructure, which is too bad. It's a nice place. Anyhow, I think we got 20. The sign says 26K to get out of here, back to the trailhead. So it's going to be a long day. I got here. It was 10:30, I believe, and I never got to sleep till 1. It was a brutal, terrible sleep. Had to get the Mylar bivvy out. I was cold. And yeah, I'm glad to be getting out of here. I do a lot of doctoring to my feet. Lots of hot spots, so probably the last hike for these shoes. And time for some new ones. Alright, we're out of here. So I'm just out of Adolphus Camp, and I forgot to mention last night, one of the more reassuring but kind of freaky things was hearing something come through the bush, but there was a bell tinkling with it, and I knew it was horses out feeding for the night. So yeah, there's a small party in this area. That's good. They're gonna beat down the trail some. Yeah, it was funny though. I was yelling, of course, to keep the bears away, and and the horses came down to see me. They must have thought I was the boss. But yeah, we've got fresh dung and everything. Okay. So here we are out in the plains of Robson Pass. We're just approaching the park border, and it really opens up here, the trail, and you just see some fantastic views of Mount Robson and back of the snowbird there. It's a really nice morning. I think I got 23 more K to go. So I'm not going to show a whole lot of Berg Lake. It's been well documented by many people. But yeah, there's some nice pieces here. It's just rocking.